Okay, so we are going to reinstall trim today. I had taken off this trim. I wanted to check out what was in there. We had an issue with some water and I wanted to make sure everything was dry, and it is. I put in the panel after I checked out how dry it was. It is perfect up there. Put it up there. If it ever happens again, we won't have any more issues. So we're going to be putting up the trim. I'm going to use what we had from before, and I'll show you how to do that. So these are the tools that you will need for putting up the trim. Actually, you have your old trim. It's got nails in it. I think you can see that. It's got 3 nails in it. We're going to want to pull those nails. So we are going to use what's called an extractor. It's still in the case. We had gotten this at the local hardware store. I just haven't used this particular one yet, but this is the extractor you can use to pull the nails out. You will need straight finishing nails. I got this at the local hardware store as well, and it gives you a variety of lengths: 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 2, and 2 1/2. I like to use 2 or 2 1/2. That way you can penetrate through the trim or the casing through the drywall into the stud. And then you're going to need a nailer. I have a Bostitch nailer here that takes up to 2 inches, so I will use the 2-inch nails from my pack. Then you will also need a compressor. I have a Proforce compressor. Just get that at the local hardware store too. It's not very expensive, $100 or $200, I think, maybe $99 on sale. But you'll need to have a place to plug that in, and then you turn it on and you wait for it to build up the pressure. So let's get started. So I have the 2-inch nails in the gun. You just slide it and lock it. Get everything out of the way so you can work on that. We're done with the extractor. We want to make sure that it still fits, because that's where it came out of, and it does still fit. You want to make sure that you have an 1/8 inch gap here, not gap but away. Then you got to make sure that your corners are still tight, so that will fit perfectly. And what we'll do is we'll nail into the door jamb and also up into the frame of the wall. So I've taken the extractor out of the package, and what you do is you grip onto the nail and then you just rotate it, and it pulls it right through the back. What you want to do is pull it through the back, because if you pull it through the front or try and push it through, that's going to happen to the front, and you don't want that on the front. You just want the small nail hole that it went through. So you pull it through. We've got 2 more here. You just let it go. Grab the next one. Sometimes they're trickier than others. You pull it through. That one actually snapped off, so I'll have to grab it again. Go down the line. There we go. So what I did was charged up the compressor and hooked up the gun. And all you do, it's going to leak a little bit. I've got an old attachment, and you just make sure that it fits. You can use near the same holes. And you're done.